In 2014, a 64-year-old man was discovered on a Cornish beach, near naked, with a sock and headphones stuffed into his mouth. My name's Emma, and I'd like to tell you the story of Alan Jeal. Alan was born in London, however he grew up in Cornwall. He and his siblings were adopted. He was a keen surfer, liked beekeeping, photography, and loved to read. His friends say he was a very intelligent man and was actually part of a team that won a Nobel Prize. He was a self-employed electrician and retired in 2003. Once retired, he led a very solitary life. He became a recluse. He rarely spoke to friends or family. In his last months of being alive, he had very few interactions with anybody, which actually made it very difficult for the police to piece together how he was feeling, what was going on, in order to solve this case. The last known interaction with somebody else was on New Year's Day of 2014. He also never really spent any money. However, in the week before he died, he brought a 10-kilogram training vest along with ankle weights. Now this is very odd, as he wasn't really into kind of fitness in that way. He liked to surf, but he wasn't like a personal trainer or someone that did a lot of exercise. His last known whereabouts and days go something like this. At 8:30 a.m. he turns on his computer. At around midday, he is caught on CCTV wandering throughout town, and he gets some cash out. He returns home and starts looking up bus routes. At around 1 p.m, raised voices can be heard from his flat. At around 4, he turns his computer off, which is really unusual. If you look back at his past computer activity, he doesn't tend to turn it off this early in the day. Then he's caught on CCTV heading to Wadebridge. He has a blue raincoat on, which is actually never found, and a rucksack. He is wearing something completely different to what we see him in earlier in that day, which is very odd for a man who doesn't really care that much about his appearance. Why would he have an outfit change? He takes a bus to Truro and is seen on CCTV wandering around the streets of Truro. He then takes a bus to Newquay and again is seen on CCTV wandering around there. At around 9, he takes a bus to Perranporth, and at around 10:30, we see him on CCTV very close to where his body is actually found. The next day at 2 p.m, an off-duty police officer along with his wife discover Alan's body washed up on the beach. They believe he's been brought in by the tide, as he wasn't there before during low tide. He is completely naked apart from a trainer and has a sock stuffed to the back of his mouth along with some headphones. It takes a while for them to identify him. However, his family recognize him from the artistic impressions that come out. Initially, they think this may have been a suicide, as a lot of men do go to significant places in their life that hold a lot of memories to take their own life. However, why was a sock and headphones purposefully shoved to the back of his mouth? This seems like a very odd way to end your life. His teeth are also clenched around the sock, and they do wonder whether this was autoerotic asphyxiation gone wrong. Some other things that are really odd about this case: they find his rucksack and it has a bag of dog poo in it. Now, Alan never owned a dog. They also find his wallet that has a picture of himself as a 2-year-old and some cash. However, they never retrieve his credit cards, his iPod, or his mobile phone. He has also sustained injuries to his chest, head, torso and spine, which they believe could have been caused from a fall at a great height. He also has a cut on his hand. They say that could have been caused by something in the sea, but they also can't rule out a knife attack. His lungs are waterlogged and he was twice over the limit, which would insinuate that perhaps he did drown. So one theory is that the training vest and the ankle weights were used to take his life. He jumped from a great height, fell into the sea, sustained injuries, and then drowned. Now, the ankle weights and the vest were never recovered, but they could have been washed off. However, this is a very unusual way to take your own life, and the police could never rule out a homicide, despite investigating this for over 6 months. He also left no note, no messages. There was nothing in his apartment, which again seems very odd if you go down the theory that he had planned to take his life at a significant place. Surely he would have left a note or something for his family and friends. Also, his movements on the day before are very erratic and odd. They are incredibly out of character, along with his purchases, which could suggest that something else was going on and perhaps someone else was involved. That's the mystery of Alan Jeal. What do you think? Was it a suicide, an accident, or a homicide? If you like my content, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in the next one.